You join me here at St Albans Lakes for the BCAC Mixed Pairs Championships 2023. The match will be held on the lake behind me, Willows Lake, a 22-acre runs water with a stocking of around 7,000 carp. Over the weekend we will see 16 pairs go head to head to see who will be crowned this year's champions, but with the standard of angler competing, it looks like we're going to be in for a very exciting weekend. Everyone started to arrive and registration opened. But before we knew it, all of the anglers were there and it was time for the draw. For this competition, it was an out-of-the-bag draw. Unlike a watercraft draw, the anglers don't get to choose their swim. Instead, the pegs get pulled out of the bucket at random, and this is the pairs swim. The draw was soon over and all anglers started to head round to their swims, ready for the start of the match. I'm here with Shane and Jamie, the marshals, and we've just had the draw, so they're a really good standard of anglers on this competition, isn't there?
Really good stamp of anglers on this competition, especially D section. There's a lot of England internationals down there on the men and women's team, so we should have quite an interesting match down there. And just generally overall on the lake, there's a lot of very capable, good anglers. Fish are showing everywhere, so hopefully we're going to have a lot of fish out and get some good bags in.
And this is the second mixed pairs event.
Yep, we held the first one in 2021 at Baden Hall. It's the first time here at St Albans on the Willow Lake. Paul and Nikki Gordon, they are the reigning champions. I believe they're in peg 9. I'm sure they're looking to retain that title, but as Jamie said, there's a lot of good anglers on this match, so it's anyone's.
And what are your expectations for the amount of fish that are going to be caught over the weekend?
I think last year in one of the qualifiers for the BCAC, we weighed about £1,000 worth of fish out of this venue, but the bottom section did not fish well at all. So that was generally out of just this section of lake. From what we can see, I think as marshals we are going to be very, very busy this weekend. It's only top 5 fish, but we shall see.
Just half an hour into the competition, we were called out for the first fish. To start the action, Michael Litton and Emily Barlow in peg 3 had a brace of fish. One was 17 pounds and 4 ounces, and the other was Emily's first ever carp, so a PB at 25 pounds. By the time those fish had been weighed and put back, there was already more fish around the lake waiting to be weighed. So we headed to the next peg along, peg 1, with Graham and Amber Maybe to weigh their first fish. They had already caught 3 fish so far, the first one being 12 pounds and 14 ounces, then this one at 8 pounds and 9 ounces. Just as we were getting the third fish out to be weighed, Graham had given Amber the surface rod, and the next thing we knew, a fish had taken the bait.
They pass you the rod for a couple of seconds and the fish comes on the end of it. Alright, now once we lift the rod, now you're going to put it on.
This fish weighed in at 12 pounds and 14 ounces, a nice little mirror for the pair's 4th fish to be landed.
smiles. You played this one in. Excellent. There we go, fish number 4. I think it's about, what time, 1 o'clock? So we're doing all right, Amber, aren't we? Hey? Who knows, we might deserve a hot chocolate if we keep going like this. There he goes. Well done, you.
With more fish to be weighed, we were on our way to peg 10, with Matt Barlow and Emily Widgery, who had caught a few already and Emily was playing another fish. So while she was playing that one, we got the first few fish weighed.
$13. 11.6. 11.11. 11.4. 8.6. 8.7.
Then in the next peg along, peg 9 had their first fish of the match.
$10.11.
After that, there are a few fish waiting to be weighed in peg 6.
$14. $12.7. $9.10.
Straight after peg 6, we went to peg 11 with Garrett Gardner and Charlotte Dovey for their first fish, a mirror carp weighing 16 pounds.
16 on the nose.
Then peg 16 saw Jack Lamb and his daughter Rosie catch a couple of fish as well. After the fish in peg 16, we were back to peg 1 with Graham and Amber.
18.2.
18.2, yeah. Yeah. Good cameras there, Amber.
So I'm here in peg 3 with Mike and Emily, and we're a couple of hours into the competition now, and Mike, you caught the first fish of the match.
Yeah, that's right. We had a few fish feeding in the swim early on, so we made the most of it, to be honest. We had quite a few fish in quick succession, and yeah, so it went well from the start.
And also, Emily, you caught a PB just, I think, half an hour into the competition as well?
Yeah, so it was our 4th fish that we landed, my first ever carp, and it was £25, 10 ounces. So yes, very, very happy with that for a first carp. So yes, very good.
Back in peg 10, Matt Barlow and Emily Widgery were playing another fish and already had some to be weighed.
14.3. £20.7. £16.9.
Then we went to peg 15 with Neil Rivers and Miranda Brown for their first few fish. The first being just under £14, then another one just going £21. The next was £12.5 and the last also being just under £14. So it's now 8:15 and since the beginning of the match it's just been non-stop with fish coming out from all over the lake. So I'm here with Shane, and can you tell us a little bit more about who's leading the competition so far?
Yes, so leading the competition overall is Matt and Emily. They're in peg 10, which is in the A section. They've had their biggest fish, and they come in at £94 and 14 ounces. Second overall is Emily and Mike. They're in peg 3, which is in the B section. Their 5 biggest fish come in at £89 and 15 ounces. And in third place is Graham and Amber. They're in peg 1, which is in C section. Their total weight for their 5 biggest fish is £61 and 10 ounces.
And still very early in the competition, being the first day, and we do know that there are fish still waiting to be weighed as well.
Yep, fish have not stopped coming out. Fish are showing in most swims, and as it's 5 biggest fish, it's anyone's match still.
After the evening update, we were back to peg 15 with Neil and Miranda.
16.5. 12.14.
Then peg 13 caught their first fish, although not the biggest, still putting them on the scoreboard. Then Jo Barlow in peg 4 caught her first fish at £13 and 6 ounces, and Jack and Chloe in peg 7 caught this beautiful mirror. It's now Saturday morning and fish were caught last night, although it was a quiet night for the marshalling team, as these fish were weighed by the anglers, and if it didn't alter the 5 biggest fish that they already had, then the fish were released without verification. Also this morning a few pairs have caught their first fish and are now on the scoreboard, so let's see what the rest of the second day brings. The next day was a lot slower with how many fish were caught, as the anglers weighed them, and if it didn't change their 5 fish weight, then the fish were released without calling the marshalling team. But mid-morning we're around in peg 16 for a fish, just under £21. Later that day, Neil and Miranda in peg 15 had another fish. So I'm here in peg 15 with England internationals Neil Rivers and Miranda Brown, and we have just weighed another £19 fish for you, and that replaces a £13 fish. So how are you feeling?
Yeah, I think it puts us up into third place at the moment, so yeah, it's really good. Sort of having to work to swim a bit on fishing over zigs and stuff, so yeah, it's all good so far.
Yeah, this wasn't our preferred swim either, was it?
No.
So yeah, we didn't expect to catch as many as we have, so yeah, we're going for it now. So.
And best of luck for the rest of the match.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Then I had time to catch up with the top 3 pairs so far. So it's mid-morning on Saturday now, and I'm in peg 3 with Michael Litton and Emily Barlow, and you are in second place with a weight of 93 pounds and 10 ounces. So are you still confident for the rest of the competition?
I think so. At the moment it's all gone very quiet, but it seems to have gone quiet across the whole lake, so that's a somewhat good sign for us. And our average stamp is quite big, so I think we stand a good chance of holding it, especially if we can, pinch another couple of 20s today. Then we'll definitely hold our position.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the match.
Thank you.
So I'm in peg 1 with Graham and his daughter Amber, and you've had a flurry of action this morning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had. Well, I got up at first light. It was all cold, like I had my beanie hat on and my thermal jacket. I actually got up to go to the toilet, and I just put a few mixes out. And within seconds they were up taking mixes. So I had 6 fish this morning, I think it was. 2 of them knocked off my smaller fish. So we went up to about 86 pounds, didn't we? I think, Amber. So it's all going good. Since the sun's come out and the wind's picked up, it's died. It's gone dead out there at the moment, but we've just changed tactics, see if we can nick a few more bites, I reckon.
And you was in third place, but with Miranda just catching that fish, I think you've now been knocked down into 4th. So how does this make you feel?
Well, Amber's going to go around and have words with Miranda and Neil about this, because we're not happy about it, but no, it's only a couple of pounds, to be fair, I think we've had 5 biggers, is a 16, 3 17s and 18 or something, so 1 half decent 20, low 20 or something, and we can bounce straight back up and catch them, so anyway, it's not over yet. And I think this afternoon, maybe this evening, if that wind drops a little bit, that'll give us another little opportunity in this peg, because we've got a bit of slack water where we've got this sort of like this breakwater behind the bund that goes out there. So if it goes slack there and we can get back up on the top again, I reckon we can have a few more. And we've also got little Amber's little 6-foot rod over there with Freddo the bite alarm. So you're going to catch a big one, aren't you, Amber, eh? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Just waiting for that big 20-pounder to come along on your rod. Yeah?
Well, best of luck for the rest of the match.
Cheers, thank you very much.
I'm here in peg 10 with Matt Barlow and Emily Widgery, and you are in first place with a 5-fish weight of 105 pounds and 13 ounces. And this afternoon the fish activity has slowed down a bit, so are you still confident that you can hold on to your winning place moving into the final night?
Who can say? It's all to play for. The five biggest fish rule means that it can literally change up until the last minute. So hopefully we'll catch a few more fish. I'd like to think we might be able to knock off our smallest one with a bit of luck, but we'll see. Yeah, we just keep doing what we're doing at the moment. As you say, it's slowed off, but hopefully this evening we'll have a few more.
And best of luck for the rest of the match.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'm in peg 6 with Callum and Casey Gutteridge, and you have now caught 4 fish with a total weight of 49 pounds and 5 ounces. So how are you feeling?
There was a lot of fish here yesterday. The wind's blown down the other end and they seem to have moved off. Probably put 4 or 5 back this morning that were about 6-7 pounds. Just hoping that a few bigger ones sort of come along and we can start climbing back up again. But yeah, the sun's out but the fish aren't here. So.
And are you enjoying fishing as a pair?
Yeah, it's been good. First time fishing as a mixed pair together. I fished it with my dad 7 years ago, but it's our first match back. And yeah, see how we get on.
Just caught the biggest ones already, so.
And best of luck for the rest of the match.
Thank you.
The time was ticking by, and back in peg 11, Charlotte Dovey caught another fish for the pair. with Paul and Nikki Gordon, and you have caught 2 fish now, so are you confident going into the second night?
Hopefully there'll be a few more to come. It's been quite quiet, wind's been a bit tough, but we're hoping for a few more.
There'll be some more fish. If we can get some bigger fish.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the competition.
Thank you very much.
After that fish with Paul and Nikki Gordon, we were back in peg 1 for a nice mirror weighing just under 25 pounds. So it's now the middle of the afternoon and I'm back in peg 1 with England international Graham Mabey and his daughter Amber, and Amber has just caught not a very special fish, not only a PB but also one that we think will push you up into 3rd place and maybe even 2nd. So how are you feeling?
How are you feeling, Amber?
Happy.
Happy, yeah. I'm feeling extremely proud. I was actually, Amber's always got a knack of catching big fish. That's why when I heard that it was the 5 biggest fish, I thought, you know what? I'm going to fish it with Amber. And I was literally having a nap. I was laid down on the bed chair. I thought I need to have half an hour. And Amber wasn't tired. And you went out, didn't you? You got your rods, you baited it up, put your method feeder on there, did your bumbleberry goo, saw you cast it out, set your bobbin up, put some baits out with a throwing stick, and then, 10 minutes later off it ripped. And she played it in. It's the first fish bite she's had on that rod. And she played it all the way in, and I had the net, and it popped up for the net, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, that's big. Salmon swooped it up, and it wasn't just big, it was massive, wasn't it? £24.15. So I think that puts us, because I know Neil and Miranda, last time you were around here, Neil and Miranda overtook us with one of the fish that they had. And I think that was that took them from their £13 knocked off with a 19. But I think that one knocks off our 16-pounder with a 24, well, almost a 25. So I think we should be up, back up into 3rd place, and maybe even 2nd. So, hey, pleased with that? Do you reckon you could do that 4 more times for me? I'll go to sleep. Shall I just go back to bed?
No.
All good.
So amazing angling, Amber, and hopefully you catch a couple more in the last sort of night of the competition.
We'll try, won't we? Yeah, cheers guys, thank you.
So this top part of D section has been pretty quiet so far, but we've just seen a lovely 12-pound 14-ounce ghost carp come from peg 12, so hopefully this is a sign that we will see more fish coming out from this area. It's now 5 o'clock Saturday evening, and after we saw Amber catch that amazing fish earlier, it did what we said it would and pushed the pair up into 2nd place. So heading into the final evening of the competition, the top 3 pairs looked like Emily Barlow and Michael Litton in 3rd position with a total weight of 93 pounds and 10 ounces. And then in 2nd place, Graham and Amber Mabey with 95 pounds and 6 ounces. And then still leading the competition is Matt Barlow and Emily Widgery with a total weight of 105 pounds and 13 ounces. So it's getting really exciting, and I can't wait to see what the final night brings. That evening, in peg 6, Casey Gutteridge caught another fish for the pair, but it was also a new PB.
16.6, so can we borrow some more buckets?
So I'm here with Gareth Gardner and Charlotte Dovey, and you have caught six 6 fish so far, but the last 2 have been 19-pounders, and this puts you into 5th place but chasing 4th, so how are you feeling?
Yeah, really good. I mean, it was a slow start. Obviously my partner here has just landed the 19 pound, which took us another 10 pound up. It's been a great event. We've probably got 16 hours to go, and I think, I said at the start this would be won on ounces. This isn't a runaway with what we're doing. I think there's a lot of fish in here. It's a great event, and the fact of being able to come and fish with a woman, obviously it's very male dominated, but Charlotte, who also is girls can fish too, has certainly proven that today.
And best of luck for the rest of the competition.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
$19.8.
I am here in Peg 7 with Chloe and Jack. Now Chloe, you have just landed your first fish, but also your pair's 3rd fish. So it's also a very special carp as well, because it is a birthday carp, so how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, thank you. So we lost 2 already, which is a bit of a bummer, but now we're back on the board with 3 fish, so hopefully we get another 2 and we'll be up there with everyone else. Just can't wait to see what the night brings, really.
Well, happy birthday and good luck for the rest of the competition.
Thank you.
The sun had just set and it was dropping dusk, and we were back in Peg 1 with Graham and Amber.
Yeah, 2012.
Then we were called to Peg 15 with Miranda and Neil for the biggest fish of the match so far.
Nice.
Is that what I think it is?
27.9. 27.9.
A mirror weighing 27 pounds and 9 ounces.
18.15.
It's Sunday morning now, and not much has happened through the night last night. But just on dark we saw Neil Rivers and Miranda Brown land a couple more fish, one being the biggest of the competition so far, which put them now in 1st place with 110 pounds and 10 ounces. Currently the top 3 pairs are Graham and Amber Maybe in 3rd place, Matt Barlow and Emily Widgery in 2nd place, and Neil Rivers and Miranda Brown in 1st place. First thing, we were called to Peg 12 for the pair's 2nd fish. So we have an hour and a half left of the competition, and we are back in Peg 11 with Garrett and Charlotte, and you have just caught another fish, but we're chasing £17 to get into 4th place. So how are you feeling?
I think it's touch and go. I don't think it's going to get £17, but it's moving us up. It means we can catch one more fish. If we get a 20, then we're back in the game.
Well, best of luck for the last sort of hour of the competition.
Thank you so much.
So there's an hour left of the competition to go, and I'm here with one of the marshals, Jamie. Can you tell us a little bit more about what the standings look like going into the final stages of the competition?
We had quite a quiet night. Was expected a bit more, but it was just chilly and it just quieted down. This morning we had a few fish out, and we've had a couple of better fish out. They seem to come out as the competition's gone along, and we are pretty close looking at the board. Between sort of 1st and 4th is some of them ounces, a couple of pounds. So a fish or so, one of the better ones could change everything again. So let's see what happens.
There were no more fish caught that dramatically changed the scores. I'm here with Neil Rivers and Miranda Brown, and you have just won the BCAC Mixed Pairs 2023. So how are you feeling?
Massively amazing at the minute.
Yeah, it's been a good weekend's fishing. Yeah, we've grafted for it, so yeah, it's been good. Everyone's fished really well, so it's been really good.
Hard work, but it's been enjoyable, to be honest. Yeah.
Great venue, great competitors. Yeah, Marshall's done really well. It's been really good.
Well, great fishing and congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much, Lily. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Everyone gathered around the Marshall's tent, ready to hear the final scores and to see the awards being given out. Congratulations to the Junior Match Fishing Heroes, Amber and Rosie, and to all the section winners as well as the overall winners. Graham and Amber Maybe in third, Matt Barlow and Emily Widgery in second, and Neil Rivers and Miranda Brown in third.